The experience in Rome was massive, but going there with everyone against you to retain and to win the Ryder Cup again is everything that I absolutely dream of as a kid, and I've been lucky enough to be part of two winning sides.
Bob, lots and lots of demands on your time at the moment, on and off the course, I know. So thank you very much indeed for giving us some of it. I know it's precious. I am delighted to tell you, you have won the Professional Performance of the Year at this year's Scottish Golf Awards. And it's chosen not by a panel of judges, but by ordinary golfers and golf club members, real people. So that means a lot, I'm sure. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Loads of highlights for you to look back on over the past 12 months, but the performance that they are referring to in the Performance of the Year, unsurprisingly, was the Ryder Cup. It was quite the tournament at Bethpage Black. What sticks out in your mind from that remarkable few days?
The fans, yeah, I mean, going away from, it's a shame that the crowd was the way it was because it took away the performance of the team. I think the performance Friday and Saturday by the team was unbelievable, and our job going into Sunday was to try and break records, to try and smash them as hard as we could in the most kind of hostile environment that we possibly could be in. We knew it was going to be the way it was, but until you get there, you really don't believe it. Yeah, like from start to finish, from getting there to, obviously the experience in Rome was massive, but going there with everyone against you to retain and to win the Ryder Cup again is everything that I absolutely dream of as a kid, and I've been lucky enough to be part of two winning sides.
And of course, I mean, unforgettably, with Victor Hovland on the Saturday in the four balls, you beat Scotty Scheffler and Russell Henley.
Yeah.
And then amid all of that chaos and the madness on the Sunday, you take a half in the singles against Sam Burns. Where are you finding the reserves? What are you digging into? Because you're not just facing the best opponents in the world. As you say, you're facing a very, very rowdy crowd. What are you finding, and where are you going to find it in those situations?
Yeah, it's just a lot of trust in the work that you've done. At that point, there's no time for search. There's no time to search for a golf game, the mental side of it, physical side. You're in the trench, you're in there, everyone's against you, but you just got to trust. It's like leading a golf tournament. Doesn't matter how nervous you get, no one else is hitting the golf shot for you. You've got to go stand up there, hit the shot, and deal with the consequence of wherever it ends up. And it's no different in that environment. It's just literally, yeah, there can be thousands of people shouting at you, not wanting you to do well. But at the end of the day, they're watching you. You're the man in the arena, and there's no one else other than the caddie that's standing next to me that can influence what I'm about to do. So it's literally just trust everything that you do, trust everything that you've done in the past, everything you've been doing to prepare for that, whatever shot it is. It could be the decisive one. It could be a big one in the match. It could be a small putt for the half. It could be anything. It's just trust, absolutely trust in yourself. And I think that's what I've done well throughout my career is, look, I've changed coaches, I've changed caddies, I've changed a lot within the team, but it's all been down to trust in myself. So it's all about performing well, week in, week out, trying your best. For me, I feel like I've got the best team around me to go and perform week in, week out.
And trust's a small word, but as you say, with a huge significance. Do you work a lot on that side of the game? How much of your time is put into mental training as opposed to kind of on course training?
Yeah, it's not so much it's not so much mental training. It's more just, I've got a psychologist who stays behind closed doors. I mean, he's a very private guy, but he's brilliant. Started working with him just before I won in Canada, and we normally speak. If I've play an event 1 week, I'll speak to him. If it's my first week out, I'll speak to him on the Wednesday to go over what am I going to try and do this week, what my thoughts are, how I'm playing, what are the goals for the week, certain things that I've got from my stats guy that I need to do around the golf course. So yeah, it just varies. He'll message me after every round on his thoughts. I'll give him my thoughts, negative, positive. There is so much that goes into it, but it's been a massive help. But it wasn't easy to find the right guy. There's so many guys, there's so many people, men and women out there that want to give you their advice, but this guy just fits in. He fits in well. He doesn't encroach in any way. He just comes in, does his job, isn't a yes man, will voice his opinion on me, but that's the same as everyone else in the team. It's, if I'm being an idiot, tell me I'm being an idiot. And that's the biggest thing with the people within the team now. It's just there's no BS, to be honest with you. It's all just, how am I going to get better? If I do well, everyone else does well. And if everyone else is doing their job well, then I'm probably going to perform well on the golf course.
Well, everything seems to be working really well at the moment. You were talking about the galleries, the crowds at Bethpage, everything being against you. When the whole place is against you like that, it must make victory so much sweeter. I mean, I can't imagine what it was like on the Sunday night there. But then you come back to Scotland the next week and you win the Dunhill. Had you even recovered from the party by that point?
To be honest, it was quite funny because I wasn't wanting to play the Dunhill, to be honest with you. It was probably the last place after the party we had on the Sunday night. It was like, I got to go and play 4 rounds here, or at least 3 at the Dunhill, which is probably going to be wet and it's going to be cold and it's going to be windy. So it was like, here we go again. But, just no expectation. And like, even although I didn't have the greatest of prep, I pitched up Wednesday afternoon. There was no thought of me winning a golf tournament. I was just going out there, playing with Brett, my partner, playing beautiful golf courses, and I was just going to go out and have fun. And it was funny because the round, I think it was Friday afternoon or Friday morning, whenever I was out, when it was pouring rain, blowing a gale, I actually had so much fun. Me and Mike, my caddie, were just trying to help each other stay as dry as we could. And I was hitting shots. I mean, I was literally being a kid again. I was hitting like high slices to hold the wind. I was hitting low hooks to hold another crosswind, and chippy 4-irons from 175 yards. Like, it felt like I was playing for fun again. Like I was at Glencruiton playing with my mates out in the summer when the weather's come in and we're like, we're out now, let's go and play. And I was just hitting shots that 99% of the time you do not have to hit. But that week, you're going to face the elements. You're just going to have to play real golf. And if you're in the right mind frame, you can play that golf. The minute you're negative, you don't want to be there, you're going to have a disaster. But I was somehow in the right mind frame, and my caddy Mike, he was frozen, he was wearing his shorts, but it was freezing cold, and I was just like, I'd be laughing at him, but I'd also be just, he would just give me the number, how far it is, and then it was like, right, go and hit whatever club you can get to that distance. And I was just playing golf the way I grew up playing golf.
You were playing the golf that we only play in our imaginations, but you're playing shots that you've got in your bag. It's absolutely extraordinary and amazing and wonderful for the rest of us to watch and then dream about. And then, of course, there was the US Open earlier in the summer, second in that, and that kind of just increases all the chat, doesn't it? Oh, maybe next year, maybe 2026. Surely 2026 is Bob's year. There'll be a major in 2026. Does that annoy you, that talk, or does it spur you on?
I don't see it. I actually come off. I'm only on social media every now and again. I don't do a lot of social media. Well, I post a lot, but I don't see a lot of things. But who knows? I mean, I'm a big believer that. I actually spoke with Fulcher, Justin Rose's caddy, at the back of the green. I think it might have been Saturday night, Ryder Cup, and we're sitting there and we're chatting away about how great a week it is, this, that, the next thing. And he's like, you've achieved a lot. From where you've come from to where you are now, you've achieved a lot. What are you wanting to achieve in the game of golf? It was actually quite a heart-to-heart moment. And I said, once, obviously we're smashing them there, and I'm thinking, right, if we win the Ryder Cup here, and I said, if we can win this Ryder Cup, an away Ryder Cup, I've won a home and away Ryder Cup, I've won the Scottish Open, and I just said, like, if I can win one major, I can walk away from this game happy, just say, look, I've done everything that as a kid I've dreamed of. I don't need to win 5 majors, I don't need to win another 10 times on tour. I just want to win one major. And then we got chatting, he's like, well, how old are you? I was obviously 29. He's like, when do you think can play to the top level golf? And I thought, well, if I stay fit and healthy, don't see why not 39. So we're going, right, 10 years, 4 majors, 40 events. I mean, I'd fully expect to win one golf tournament in 40 starts. So why not? But obviously, if you get one early, then why not go for 2? It's one of them things that if you just keep it so simple and you just pitch up, I know the level of golf I can play at. Statistically, stats don't lie over a season. And I'm in that zone that if I can peak at the right time, then like the US Open, it's just a matter of a little bit of luck and it's yours.
And you've got a whole country behind you. You were talking there about, doing things that you could only have dreamed of when you were a kid. There's a whole generation of kids now watching you, dreaming that they could be next. You're the inspiration to them to pick up a club, to get out on a course, to try the sport for the first time. And to pick up a sport, to pick up a hobby that may well be with them for the rest of their lives, that'll introduce them to friends and experiences that they'll carry forever. That must mean a lot to you.
Yeah, it is. Look, when I go to like the Scottish Open in the Dunhill, obviously on home soil, it's amazing to see the kids out there, the support. But for me, the biggest thing for a kid is not just, I see it a lot in the US, is they play one sport. They play golf. They're like, I want to be a golfer. I want to do this. I want to do that. Yeah, you can dream of being a golfer, but go and play all the different sports. Go and learn different mechanics. Go and move differently. And when you're practicing, just be a kid. Like, I love, when I was growing up, I was hitting stupid shots, like wild, try to spin it as much as I could off a tee peg from right next to the green, like in the short game area. And I just learnt what doing certain things with the club face made the ball do. And I feel like a lot in the US is that they've got the great facilities, they channel in on one sport, and it's not, I don't think it's a great thing, but being from Scotland, and obviously the weather's not great in the winter time, so outdoor golf's not the best, then yeah, go and play your football, go and be a kid. And I think that's one of the biggest things in the way that I still play golf, is still try to be that. Like, if I'm standing there in the trees, it's like, well, my shinty, I can open from shinty, I can open the club face, I can hit it up through that gap. Like, it's just they're learnt experiences, not just from playing the game of golf. It's like certain moves, certain cut across, hook it. But no, to know that you're inspiring young people, young kids, not just in golf, but there's no reason why you can't dream. If you want to be a footballer, go and dream of being a footballer. But at the end of the day, you got to work hard, no matter what you do. And I've been lucky; I had the support of my family, friends, and when I was young, that I could go and chase a dream when I got to a certain point. And then obviously Bounce, Doddy and Dell gave me the biggest opportunity with the starts on the Challenge Tour. And then here I am now.
Well, it's an amazing tale, and it's an inspiration to so many people. And I think that's great advice as well to kids, is to fall in love with a sport and then never forget why you've fallen in love with it. Remember the days when you were free and it was easy and it was great fun. Talking to kids, though, I've got to ask you, you're a dad now. Congratulations on that, as much as anything else. How's that going?
Yeah, it's life-changing for sure. Lack of sleep now when I come home. Making deals with Shannon that if I have a top 10 in one of these two events, I won't play the third event. So it's like, yeah, there's a bit more pressure on maybe performing a little bit better at certain times. But no, it's to see the little guy. Obviously, when I'm still intense when I'm on the golf course, but the minute I'm off that and I FaceTime him, obviously he's only 8 weeks old now, but it's he doesn't care what I've shot. So he's just worried about when his next bottle is and when his nappy's getting changed. So yeah, it's a different way to think about things, but no, it's been brilliant so far.
Congratulations to you and to Shannon, to little Finlay on that, and congratulations to you on being the winner of Professional Performance of the Year at this year's Scottish Golf Awards. Robert MacIntyre, you've been very generous with your time. Go get him in 2026. We're all behind you. Thanks a million.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.